Happy Tuesday, CrossFit JV and Varsity. Good to have you back and participating in another active workout today. So let's go over what it is we're planning to do today. For your warm-up, you're going to do 3 rounds of 20 speed skaters, 10 lunges, and 5 push-ups. We'll go over those right before we get started. Our skill today is wall balls. So for wall balls, I recognize that you probably don't have a wall ball. You can see I've got mine sitting back there. You can use any kind of ball, just like we did for our medicine ball cleans the other day. If you have a basketball, soccer ball, volleyball, any kind of ball, and a spot on the wall. Now, it may be a good idea to talk with your mom or dad, figure out a good spot to do your wall balls. Also, you may not have very tall ceilings in your house, so this would be a good workout to do outside. I know it's a little chilly today, but it's supposed to get really warm by the end of the week, and you'll warm up when you're doing these wall balls. So finding a spot outside, I know when I'm home, I do my wall balls outside my garage door because there's a good spot that I can aim for just above the garage door. So you can find some place maybe in the driveway. Now, another cool place to do it, I've seen some of our athletes do, is if you have a basketball hoop outside, is to do it to the side of the hoop, not to the hoop, because we're not throwing it in the hoop, but to the side of the hoop, so you can do it there. The idea is to get a good cardiovascular workout and to work on some target practice while we're doing that. So we've got wall balls. Then for our workout of the day, we're going to do a 6-minute AMRAP, so as many rounds as possible. You're going to do 6 box jumps or step-ups, we'll talk about that, 6 wall balls, and 6 kettlebell swings. And then for your challenge, you're going to do a game called Bop It, all right? So equipment-wise, what you need for today is a ball for your wall balls. You need a box or a chair. I'm going to use a box today, but you're more than welcome to use a chair. You can use a step stool. If you're using a step stool, my recommendation is that you do the step ups and not the jumps, depending on how sturdy your step stool is. You can also use a step or porch. If you're outside doing your wall balls, you might have a porch nearby and you can jump up to a step, or depending on how tall your porch is, some folks can jump right up onto the porch. You need your ball for your wall balls and then something for your kettlebell swings. So you can use whatever it is that you've been using for your kettlebell swings, whether it be a backpack, a bucket with some rocks in it to make it a little heavier, a paint can, a laundry detergent bottle, anything like that would be appropriate for your kettlebell swings. And for the game Bop It, all you need is just a blank piece of scrap paper. So something about the size of an 8.5 by 11 piece of paper, and I'll show you what to do with that when we get there, all right? So here's what you need: a ball, a box or a chair, and something for your kettlebell swings, and a piece of paper. So 4 things. So go ahead and pause the video right now and go grab those 4 things. Okay, for your warm-up, you've got 3 rounds of speed skaters, lunges, and push-ups. So let me show you what that looks like. A speed skater basically is kind of what it sounds like. You're gonna do the motion of what it's like to speed skate. You're just not skating. So you're gonna start to one side and you're gonna jump, 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 jump. So notice my arms are going, I'm jumping to my right leg, my left leg goes behind me, and back and forth. So 1, 2, 3, 4. You're gonna do to 20. You'll get kind of warm. Your muscles in your hips and your legs will get warm. You're gonna do 10 lunges. So, hands on your hips, stepping forward, back knee touches the ground, and up. So each one is 1. So 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, all the way up to 10. And then 5 push-ups. Now remember, with your push-ups, our hands stay underneath our shoulders and our elbows scrape our ribs. We're avoiding the elbows out and the arms wide. Everything is right here and narrow. So from here, all the way down, chest touches the floor, all the way back up. Trying to keep as absolutely straight as possible. So from here, all the way down, all the way up. What we're trying to avoid is the noodle. Okay? Try to keep that tight, if at all possible, as tight as you possibly can. So 20 speed skaters, 10 lunges, 5 push-ups. Go ahead and pause your video and do 3 rounds of those 3 things. All right, guys, let's talk about those wall balls. So your wall ball is essentially like a thruster. Remember, our thruster is a squat and press. That's basically what your wall ball is. You're just tossing the wall ball up into a target when you do that. So what I want you to do is pick up your ball and hold it so that your hands are kind of underneath but to the side and equal. So we're not shooting it like a basketball. You're not doing it with one hand. Both hands. Hold it right here in front of your chest and chin. And I want you to give me 5 squats. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Good. Now, once you stand back up, we're going to press overhead, all right? And this time, since we're going to be tossing the ball, you can press a little bit forward versus pressing straight up over your head, all right? So, same thing, hands are equal, slightly under but to the side on each side. You're going to press 5 times. 2, 3, 4, and 5. Now, before we actually toss the ball, what I want us to do is practice doing a similar movement like a thruster without actually releasing the ball. So, we're going to squat and push. So let's go 5 times. Squat, push. Squat, push. Remember that we don't push until we stand up all the way. 3 more. Squat, push. 4, 5. Good. Now, if you've come to the conclusion that you really don't have a great spot to do your wall balls, or say you went to go do them outside the day that you're doing this workout and it's raining, that's okay. You can switch your wall balls to thrusters, all right? Now, what we're gonna do, now when you do your wall ball, you pick a target, and you try to hit that target every single time. So you'll see we've got several here. You've got the wooden board, that can be a target. You've got the bottom of the black line, that can be your target. Or you can go all the way to the top of the black line. Now, if you have something lighter, obviously you'll be able to throw it a little bit higher, and that's perfectly okay. What I want you to try to do though, is hit that same target every single time. So what I'm gonna do is aim for the bottom of that black line up there. And I'm gonna do 5 wall balls so you can see what that looks like. Now, you also kind of have to play around with your distance away from the wall. You don't want to have to be throwing it really far forward, and you don't be so close to the wall that you're having to kind of throw up over your head this way. So I would say about, a good 2 to 3 feet away from the wall, but playing around with it a little bit. Looks like this. All right, now, if you'll notice, as the ball was coming down, I would catch it and immediately go back to my squat. So just make sure that you're careful, catch and squat, and throw it right back up. What would be great is if you could get into a rhythm and be able to do like 5 to 10 in a row at least. So for the next couple of minutes, I want you to give me 4 sets of 10 wall balls and try to do as many in the row as you can. So do 1 set of 10 unbroken if possible. So in other words, don't drop it. Rest for a good 30 seconds to a minute or more. Catch your breath and go again. Do another set of 10. You're going to repeat that 4 times, 4 sets of 10. All right, so go ahead and pause the video and do that right now. Okay, guys. So we're going to include those wall balls in your workout today. So we have an AMRAP 6. Now remember, that means as many rounds as possible in 6 minutes. You're gonna do 6 box jumps. So I'm gonna pull my box over here. I'm gonna put my wall ball over next to the wall. All right, here's my box. Now, like I said, depending on what it is that you have to jump to, I've got a box so I can jump all the way up and step down. I would prefer that you step down. It's a little bit easier on your tendon on your ankles back here, and if you don't try to rebound, what we call like hop down and hop right back up. If you don't have a good solid surface to hop to, then make sure you step up. Each leg counts as one. So up and down, switch legs, up and down. If you step up and you want to make it a little bit more challenging, you can hold some sort of weight in your hand while you're stepping up. It can be whatever you're using for your kettlebell swings if you'd like. Gives you a little bit more of a challenge, works on your muscles just a little bit more. Your box jumps are going to be more of an explosive movement. You're going to do 6 of those, 6 wall balls, which we've already talked about. If possible, do all 6 unbroken without dropping it. And then 6 kettlebell swings. Now, for your kettlebell swing today, I want you to attempt, this might not be a great idea if you don't have a kettlebell, so let's maybe hold off on this and just do our Russian kettlebell swings like we typically do. I was thinking about the possibility of having you swing overhead, which would be cool with a solid kettlebell, but if you've got something that has a little bit of give to it, like a backpack or like a paint can or something that's got some wiggle to it, it would be difficult to get it over your head safely. So we're just gonna keep it here. Remember, keep your chest up nice and proud. You're gonna pick it up and swing through your legs and pop your hips. Letting the momentum pick that kettlebell up towards your chest. Just like that. Okay? So those are the 3 movements you're gonna do for 6 minutes. So set your timer for 6 minutes, get your jams going, and move and get as many rounds as you can possibly get in that 6 minutes. So you're gonna wanna transition really quickly in between each of these movements. So go ahead and pause the video. I'll hold this here. So in case you need to look back and see what's next, and get after it for 6 minutes. Okay, so our challenge today is gonna be bop it. All right, so for bop it, just like I was telling you before, you need a single piece of paper. Piece of scrap paper, something you're finished doing your homework on or something like that is just fine. What you're gonna do with that paper is ball it up into a tight ball. You don't want it to be a loose ball, you want it to be nice and tight. All right, and this is gonna become your ball for bop it. Now the idea is to work on your hand and eye coordination and bop the piece of paper up with a flat hand and bop it as many times as you can without dropping it to the ground. So like this. Oh, I didn't do so good to start out with, did I? It's harder because it's not an even ball. So when you hit it, sometimes it goes in different directions. So bop, bop, bop. So you keep going. Now, if you'll notice, kind of like I was saying before, like it's uneven, so you don't necessarily know, it may go kind of off to one side. So if it's super easy for you and you're able to get 30 in a row without dropping it, without catching it, because if you catch it, that's cheating. You gotta hit it. So let's say you get, 30 in a row, no big deal. But if you'll notice, when I did, I kind of was moving all around the room to go chase after it. So to make it more challenging, you can put a spot on the ground, take a piece of sidewalk chalk, draw a circle, pretty big circle, but a circle, or make a square with some things that you got around and lay around the house, and try to stay within that confined area. And then when you step out of that is when your turn is over. So it's a little bit more challenging to do it that way. All right, so take some time, have some fun, post some videos. Haven't seen any videos yet, but have some fun and be active. All right, guys, enjoy. It's supposed to be super nice and pretty the rest of this week, so get outside and have some fun.